I'm Joshua Davis with AccuTemp Services, and today we're going to be going over our process for air sealing and insulating. In preparation for insulation, we've already air sealed, our guys are finishing up a couple places now, and one of the final things to do is to install air baffles. Because we're installing insulation to an R value or an insulation value of R40, it's going to be pretty tall as it bumps up against the roof. We want to make sure that we still allow proper ventilation in the attic, and that's where we install these baffles. And so as you can see, a baffle such as this is going to be installed against the roof and then stapled by our installer. And what's going to happen is that this will keep it from pushing right up against the roof and will allow air to flow into the attic, since this is still a vented attic assembly. As you can see, here's one of our installers currently installing the baffles as we prepare for our installation. So now we've completed the air sealing, we've set up the baffles, and we're about halfway through with insulating the attic. Again, we're using cellulose insulation because of the great air seal properties of it, and we have another video that we're going to have that will actually speak specifically about cellulose insulation versus fiberglass and a few other options, but we choose cellulose, and we'll have a whole other video as to why we do. But again, our insulator is now finishing up the house by insulating the attic with cellulose insulation. In this house, we're insulating to an R value of R40. And again, the R value is the insulation value and the way that it's measured. So if you see in the back, you can see one of our insulators completing his path down this side of the home while insulating to R40. Now, when our insulators are working, we use a stabilized cellulose. Many cellulose contractors will use a non-stabilized cellulose, which is very, very dusty while being installed and also settles much more. A stabilized cellulose, such as the one we're using, you can see we're not wearing a mask, we're in an attic while somebody's actually spraying, and it's not very dusty. And that's because we actually have a misting system, which mists water onto the insulation as it's coming down the tube into the attic space, and that reduces dust by 95%. It also, as the water interacts with the stabilized cellulose, stiffens the cellulose up, so as it dries, it will stand more firmly and stiff in the attic, so that way the final product will not settle as much as non-stabilized cellulose. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can see all the videos that are still to come and see how AccuTemp provides service to the highest degree.